what it is. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. Thank God we all made it. Okay. If you within the sound of my voice, you see this video, you see me, we made it. Okay, let's be thankful. Okay, happy Sunday. I'm Diddy Love. DDTV, hit the like. What it do, boo boos? I just want to pop in real quick, recap my week. Okay, for starters, I went to the tire shop. First of all, my front driver's side tire was losing air, right? So I got it filled. So when I went there, I had to do check all my tires, and I was like, why did they put all this extra air in my tire? The car clearly tells you how much air you're supposed to have. Anyway, I ended up having to go back. What was that? Friday morning to buy two new tires, right? So I say to the guy, check all my tires. It clearly says on my car dashboard that I'm supposed to have 33 pounds in each tire. Why the hell they putting 36 and 38? Why do people do what they want to do to your stuff? I had to go back, go around and come back. I didn't pay y'all. Common sense, I told y'all, you see the numbers and you still did what you want. People are nuts. Anyway, so at my job, right? People come there all the time. So if a black man comes there and he raises his voice justifiably, they'll want to be like, oh, we're going to need to put security on this person, right? So it was this white dude that was coming to my job. And I told him, I said, something is wrong with him. Like, he's crazy. Good morning, Foot Soldier Boo. Welcome. Good morning, my love. Yeah, so it's this crazy white dude that come to my job all the time, right? So I have been telling them that something is wrong with him. You know, at first I was like, all right, he's cool, whatever. But then he started calling for like bullshit. And I'm like, why don't this dude just let this shit go? And I kept telling them, y'all need to put him on the security list. Oh no, he didn't do anything, really. You know, I was thinking, but let a black man get loud, get mad over some shit that he should be mad about. You know, there are many times I gotta talk him down off the ledge, like, listen, they're angry because of this happened, blah blah blah, let it go. Yo, why did somebody send me an email? They sent us an email the other day. The dude got arrested. I said, I told y'all this motherfucker was crazy. Now, what he got arrested for was embezzling money, but he's more crazier than that. That's the tip of the iceberg. When I tell y'all something is wrong with homeboy, something is wrong with him. For real, for real. When I saw his picture, I said, mm-hmm. And in the picture, you can see crazy all in his face and in his eyes. It just is what it is, okay? Loons, straight up crazy. I cannot wait. So, you know, I text one of my bosses. I said, because she's off. I text her. She said, "Oh my, yeah, oh my, I told y'all something wrong with him." I'm from the hood. I know crazy immediately. You have to have intuition. You got to look in people's eyes. You got to pay attention to what the hell people are saying to you, because the crazy's out there. You can ignore it. You can brush that shit off, but it is what it is. Now, did y'all see Tyler Perry's new movie on Netflix, Straw? Now y'all know Tyler Perry is not my favorite. I'm not really into his movies, his TV shows, none of that stuff. But Straw was so relatable and so real on so many levels. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I didn't watch, I think I got like another 30 minutes, but I liked the beginning of it. First of all, see, I don't want to give it away if y'all didn't see it really. But as a woman, as a black woman, everybody can definitely relate to the movie. There was a part in there. There's a part where she goes to the school and the DCF people is there over some bullshit. Well, not really, because she you know, the girl is struggling. She's a single mom, but it was just like a bunch of misunderstandings that led to her downfall pretty much. She's in the struggle. She trying to take care of her daughter. You name it, it goes wrong. Sherry Shepherd is in the movie. And I will say this about the Tyler Perry movie. Whoever normally does their hair and makeup didn't do the hair and makeup for this movie, because you had Sherry Taylor, what's her name? Not Sherry Shepherd, Teyana Taylor. I think, you know, they looked good. Teyana looks old though. I don't know why they ate. Maybe her cheekbones. I don't know what it is. Anyway, but it's a good movie. But I was relating like a motherfucker, especially when they went to the school. When they called her on her phone and she got to the school and they wanted to take her daughter away from her because the teacher had called and said how the little girl didn't have no money for lunch. You know, sometimes You might want to talk to the mother. You might want to ask. You might want to just pay the lunch money. You might want to just pay the fee instead of, But I will see the end. But I'm sure she didn't get the daughter back after the happenings in this movie. But you just gotta know that people are really out here in the struggle. Like when you watching YouTube too, and you see people losing their homes, living in their cars, and all of that crazy stuff, it's real. What up, Olivia? Is Olivia the Oracle recommended this movie too? Yes, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's like how you could really snap that quick. Like you don't know what other people are going to. Like pay attention. The boss in the movie, he was being really mean to her, talking to her disrespectful, yelling in her face. That reminded me of a time when I was very young and I just started out into the work world. And I went to they had, like unemployment office. So I'm sitting with this white man, middle-aged white man, and he was like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm telling him, and I'm like, yeah, I was thinking maybe secretarial. And he laughed and he said, oh, nothing against you. He said, but you're nobody's secretary, honey. You're not gonna let anybody talk to you like that. And he was absolutely right. Ain't no way in hell nobody gonna yell in my face like that, disrespect me. I will fucking quit. Or I will slap you, one of the two, but we're not gonna do that. This man was like just so rude and so mean and so evil. And people experience bosses like that. But it reminded me, like back in the day, my cousin used to work at this place and this man's father died. So payday was on Thursday, but the father lived down south. So it was Wednesday night. The man went to the job. He was like, listen, can I get my check? I got to go down south. My father died. And the fucking boss is like, no, no, I'm not giving you anything. And that man shot and killed him. He only did 7 years for manslaughter, but it's like, why you gotta be so difficult? Why you gotta be so mean? Like, this man gotta go bury his father. What is he gonna do with the check on a Wednesday night? Nothing. Thursday it'll go in the bank. Like, have compassion and consideration for people, but people don't. And when you do that, you risking your life, especially nowadays. Oh yeah, nowadays. Be careful who you arguing with and who whose life you're fucking around with, because it could come back to you triple fold, and it just might be the end because people are not thinking rational. Eventually you will snap. It's too much. This lady, did you see the movie Foot Soldier? If you saw the movie, get up out of here. If you didn't see the movie, I'm just gonna give a quick synopsis. So it starts off, she's already broke. What was crazy was she's a good person, everybody likes her, she has friends. This one girl at her job loved her. She would never hurt anybody. She didn't have nothing. She's leaving out, going to work. And what was crazy, y'all, knew who else was in the movie? Sinbad was in the movie. And I didn't recognize him. I must have looked at him like 4 times. Then finally I was like, Sinbad! Because remember, he had a stroke. And it changed things for him too. Huggy! What up, boo? How you doing? It's funny you popped up. You know who I was thinking about a few minutes ago? What's that girl name? Goddess. I was like, I haven't seen her around either. We don't swing in the same circles, but I usually hear her name somewhere. I haven't seen her in a long time. Hope all is well with all of you, Yeah, so, she's the type of person, like, she didn't have anything, but she would give you $5, if she have it. So, the landlord lady is on her ass. She's cussing her out. And what was crazy is she owed the landlord money and she giving this dude $5. And the landlord is like, oh, bitch, you got money to give him and you ain't got my money? You don't have my money, your ass is up out of here. So it's like pouring rain and shit. Then she gets to work finally. And the boss is on her ass because she's late. You can see she's struggling. She looked depressed. It's a mess. But as soon as she get to work, they calling her, telling her to come back to the school. And then when she get to the school, by the time she make it to the school, because mind you, she go to the bank to try to get some money out that she can't get because her account is overdrawn or whatever, and this motherfucker won't give her check. She asked him for a check before she left to go to the door to school because this is all leading up to the bullshit, but nobody cares, right? They take the daughter, the DCF come or whatever, And it's just wild how that happens to people too. Like DCF will come and snatch your child out of your life, and they have the right to do that, you know? So while people are out here fighting for ICE and illegal immigrants, we need to be fighting for those type of rights for your children. Because a lot of kids get snatched up that shouldn't be gone. Like, help the mother too. Y'all will help illegal immigrants and their fucking kids, but you don't want to help American women and their children. That's a reality, you know, because they burning LA down. What up, Lonnie Love Boo? What it do? You see the riots in LA going on right now over this ICE bullshit? Tearing shit up over illegal immigrants. And don't get me wrong, I feel bad for a lot of them because some of them like the children or on your way to school. But y'all don't fight for your own people. There are many people lose their children to the system that shouldn't. Like I said, you will house them, you will feed them, you will give them a fucking voucher, cards. But when it's our own people, you will take the child and leave the mother for dead. Like they took the little girl and they're like, oh, you gotta prove to us that you have somewhere to live. When this girl get home, guess what, y'all? All her shit is out. The lady kicked her out for real. It's terrible. Like, so it was just a whole pile on of things. I said Tyler Perry nailed this one. And you know why I liked it? Because it wasn't about a man. I mean, it was about the absence of a man, but that is common. But it wasn't about, some man dogging her out. Well, I guess it was because the father wasn't there to help and there was no mention of the father. But anywho, the point is that people out here living on the verge and on the edge, and shit is rough. Like, shit is hard, but the movie was very relatable. I'm giving Tyler Perry a 10, and y'all know I'm fucking Tyler Perry like that. But he was on point with this one. I want to know, did some other people help him write this? Because, he claimed he write everything himself. I don't think so on this one. Hey, Duchess Boo, what it do? Duchess Kelly Love is in the building. Hey. I didn't know. I see the story with that black girl. Yeah, check it out. It's real. That could be anybody. I've been on the edge before. Oh, one in a snap. Yeah. Like the lady, when she was getting evicted. I mean, everybody been, well, not everybody, but if you've been in the struggle, you've been behind on your rent. If you've been fucking up, partying, going on vacation, don't have your priorities in order, you've been behind on your rent. It's called Straw on Netflix. Tyler Perry's new movie. I really, like I said, when I watched the first 15 minutes, I said, oh shit, all right, Tyler. Finally, we are here on this one. You know? It's sad though. But it's sad that it's just so relatable and so many people are going through that and so many people don't make it out. Yeah, Bonnie, in the movie, the girl get home, the landlord was mad as shit. She was like, when the girl was leaving to go to work, because mind you, she in the struggle, she don't have nothing, she knows she owed this lady money or whatever, but this man come out and her neighbor in a wheelchair, and he was like, can I get some money? She's like, I ain't got nothing for you, blah blah. But then being the kind person that she is, she give it to him. When she give it to him, the landlord see her, and the landlord go ham on her ass, and she's like, bitch, you don't have my money, you getting out. But by the time she made it back home, y'all, it was raining cats and dogs, and this lady actually threw all her stuff out on the ground, on the grass, cussed her out. It's just sad how quickly things can escalate. And her boss, he got what he had coming, but then it made it look like she did shoot his ass, but at that point, he deserved it because he was lying on her or whatever. I don't want to give the whole movie away, but just check that shit out. Just how quickly and how people assume things. Because I want to know. She has this thing in her book bag, right? And I think it's her daughter's toy, but it's like beeping and going off, and everybody thinks it's a bomb, but nobody asked her, "Do you have a bomb?" They're just assuming that this girl got a bomb. I can't wait to the end because I swear it's a fucking toy. But again, nobody asks questions. People don't really care. Everybody just assume. No, you can't. But you know what? If you live in Georgia, Georgia got different eviction laws. You got 3 days, bitch. You know how in other places you got to the 10th. In Georgia, you got to the 3rd. They will have your shit out on the grass by the 10th. Some states are different. They'll put you the fuck out. And them same East Coast, those up north East Coast rules don't apply down south. They don't give a shit. All right? They don't care. Yeah. So that was that. What else did I put in my title? I did the crazy dude. I talked about Tyler Perry. Oh, so y'all see hell no, yeah, you seen what about Halle and DDG, y'all? Yo, you know what? I knew that this was gonna end like that because I knew that in her mind she's here and he's here. You know what I'm saying? And I was wondering why the Disney princess would get pregnant by, before getting married. You putting out this image and we're so sweet and me and my sister are so perfect. Why the fuck would you go and become a baby mama? That just didn't line up. It didn't add up with me, you know? But that DDG, that shit is so ugly and disgusting on both sides. But what I would say to that is these two need to put their bullshit to the side and think about the little boy. He's in Italy for 2 months. um, DDG should be able to fly out there and pick him up and bring him back in 30 days. They should split it, period. It's not just your son. The beef is not with the son. The beef is between you two. I don't think he's in danger with either parent. They both love that little boy. And it's crazy how it's all out in the media, and he's wrong. They both they both crazy. When you're in a relationship, both of y'all are, hey, two people can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But because some of the shit she was saying and doing is crazy too. Like I said, to think you have the right to take that baby. Hey Tanya, to think you got the right to take that baby for 2 months, you don't. That's his son too. 30 days and bring him back. Have it. Even if you want to be a bitch about it, come get him. But nah. I'm gonna take him for 2 months. I want a restraining order. I don't want y'all talking about me. Your mother, your family. I don't want anybody discussing me. Even though all of them are YouTubers. This is how you met him. This is how he been getting his money before this baby was born. That is a part of his life too. And now he can't speak on his son or you. Not just not speak on her. I could see her saying, don't say shit about me. But why would you tell that man he can't speak on his son? That is crazy. She crazy. I'm not disrespecting none of you light skinned ladies out there. But that's some light skin tendency bullshit she got going on. She really feels like, this bitch really feels like she's so much better and prettier than. And y'all swear they so gorgeous. That's y'all. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And maybe that's why I never thought they were so beautiful. Because they're not nice. I like the other one better, Chloe. But that Halle, I never cared for her at all because she seems so fucking fake. And y'all know how I feel about people who whisper and talk in soft baby voices. Never trust their asses. I have always told y'all that. Because what you whispering for, bitch? You got secrets, obviously. Is there something you really want to say? Absolutely not. Always my issues. Yeah, you got to keep your issues separate from the kids. They don't have nothing to do with that. That's still their dad. Like, damn, you see this boy with his son all the time. But the fact he got to ask permission. But see, he messed up because he should have been went to court and got some visitation rights on her ass. Period. I need my own schedule. Because how is it now that she got all rights because he did something to you? Y'all young, y'all stupid, y'all in love. That's what happens. But that little boy is going to suffer. And I'm going to be real with y'all. If I was DDG, and this is in life sometimes, you got to eat it, baby. I wouldn't beg her. If she want to be like that, wipe your hands, give it to God, and move on at the end of the day. What up behind the bar, Bill? What it do? Hi. All my old friends. Hi. Yeah, I would just say, fuck it. I mean, I know that sounded wrong to say, but give her what she asking for. Sometimes when you give people exactly what they asking for, you know how they say, be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. Give it to her ass. I wouldn't ask to see him no more. Go ahead with your son. Because in my opinion, she tried to turn him into one of them, those trans neutral babies. A pronoun baby. Because y'all paid, she always got them little bonnets on them. Like doing kind of like girly shit with them. If you pay attention. In my opinion, I'm old school. We do, gender roles and all of that stuff. Okay, I'm about to beat the hell out of somebody in my chat. Okay, behind the bar. Stand up, nigga. Stand up, nigga. Yeah. It's crazy, though. But that's just wild how she's going to... I don't know if she's going to get all the way away with it, but if they ride him down too long, fuck her. Unfortunately. When the son get old enough, he'll ask you and he'll come back around. But I wouldn't beg her. I wouldn't cry about it online. I wouldn't ask about it anymore. I wouldn't mention her. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction. And what happened to Her sister, remember she was dating Burner Boy, and he dumped her too, I believe, Chloe. But when they was together, I was like, oh my God, that shit is never gonna work out. Cause he seemed older than her, and he was at the Diddy party, so we know he's a freak of the way too. You know, she probably is too though. But it's just wild. But why was it O'Shea? What's the dude named Lonnie? The one I be thinking of the same people. O'Shea Dude Jackson and the other dude. Oh my God. Anyway, I think it was O'Shea. Go to his page with his petty self. We love us some O'Shea. But why did he go back down Halle's post and he was pointing out how she's illiterate? I was like, oh my God, she really is not that smart. I mean, at first I was like, maybe it's a typo, you know, but he went down a whole bunch of posts, and baby girl obviously didn't spend a lot of time in school. He was like, clearly you were homeschooled but not such bright people, because her ass, what up, lovely life? What up, boo? How you doing? Keke Palmer have her child on those gender neutral ish. Yeah, and have y'all seen Dwayne Wade with his son, living through his son? He pushed that through his son because that's what he wanted to be. What I don't like about that situation is he pushed the biological mom completely out the picture just so he could have control to do it. You know, where's the other son? You notice you don't ever really see too much of him. Like, he taking a back seat. But Dwayne Wade is another one. I can't with him. And what's Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard got married to this chick who had to know that he was gay already, because we already knew that, right? But why is she putting out all his business now? It's hilarious. Only reason I'm laughing about it is because of Royce. You remember how dirty he did Royce? And even with her son, some freaky deaky crazy shit going on with him, like it did with Dwayne and his son. Like, you know, and I guess when you think about it, there's no different from Diddy and what he doing to his kids either. You know, the sins of the father damn sure fall on the son, especially when you involve and include and incorporate them. Oh, I didn't watch the end, lovely. I'm gonna watch the end later. Because my husband had to go to work, so he went to sleep. I don't want to watch it, you know. Because I started watching it without him, because I didn't know if it was going to be his kind of movie, but I stopped. So we'll finish it tonight. Yeah. Yes, lovely. I can't wait. Because I was relating. Were you relating? I know that's why you was crying, probably, because it was a very relatable movie. I am very pleased with Tyler Perry. I know y'all can't believe I'm saying that. I am very pleased with him. But y'all know who I'm not pleased with? Simone Biles. What is wrong with her? Is she okay? Is she okay? So sometimes you don't have to respond to people when, especially when they're not talking to you. All right, so what was it, a track meet this time? Transgender boy wins some medals, knocks some girls out or whatever. And so Riley Gaines, who's been campaigning about keeping males out of boys' sports, out of women's sports, and if you don't know, I am completely against that. Sorry, not sorry. Don't agree that boys should be competing against girls. Absolutely not. But why would Simone Biles go out of her way to be disrespectful to that woman and to all of us women and say that that's not a problem? She's the one with a problem, and had the nerve to tell the girl that she looked like a man. Does Simone Biles not have a mirror? Does Simone Biles not have a mirror? Does she not know she looks like a dude herself? Hello? The lady that she's talking about does not look like a man at all, but Simone Biles does. Like, what is wrong with people? What the fuck? You really going, why are people willing to die on that illegal immigrant boys in sports, men and women's bathroom hill? What the hell is wrong with y'all? I don't get it, and I never will. And in my opinion, something is wrong with you. For her to say that as if she could compete against a male gymnast. You can't. You're not going to win. She's the greatest in women, but if you put her up against a man, not at all. She would never win. Not going to happen. She can't compete. You can't compete where you don't compare. She does not compare with a male gymnast, period. Oh, but you're retired now, so you're talking that shit. But no, men shouldn't be competing with women. Men shouldn't be going in women's bathrooms. Men can't have babies. Why are y'all saying that dumb shit and you know it's not true? And then you get mad at people who don't agree. I don't understand. Like I said, people don't fight for American citizens. People don't fight for veterans. People don't fight for misplaced children. People don't fight for any of that. But you got these politicians out here dying on the hill, honey, and these celebrities over bullshit. And it's just crazy. What up, Jackson? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Simone Biles should have went somewhere and sat her ass down, okay? I actually felt bad for her when it was dragging her about her damn edges. Because I'm thinking, well, no, she's a raggedy bitch. She just got a new stylist or whatever. But I don't like her attitude, and I thought I was wrong. Because y'all know she's adopted by her grandparents, right? Her mother actually is on drugs. She has a sister too, but she don't have nothing to do with the mother. She hate that mother. And my thing is, I'm not she, okay? But how can you hate the person that gave you life? And you have a good life. It's not like your life sucks. At nowhere do you say, no point do you say, maybe God, this is a blessing from God. It wasn't meant for me to stay with this bitch. Because if I did, it wouldn't have ended up like this. How can I be mad? But she's an evil little old ugly thing. I can't stand her. Yeah, they be feeling entitled. She makes me sick. Thank you, Lonnie. Be safe, girl. Safe travels. Yeah, she needs to be quiet. I cannot stand her. When I read that, I said, oh my God, what is wrong with her? Why? You don't have any... She could have just been somewhere doing some flips or some shit, spending her money on vacation. And y'all know what else about Simone Biles? Y'all do know that bitch got a PPP loan too, right? She sure did. Why? And didn't have to pay it back either. Right. They shady. I'm telling y'all, that's why people look away from them damn Democrat people. Because she ride hard. They was riding hard because they shady liars. Why the hell she got a PPP loan? She don't need no loan. For what? I can't with her. I can't. Not a nice girl at all. A mean girl. But I'm pretty sure the way she was into gymnastics, she was homeschooled probably too. Because they spend all their time at practice, not interacting with people. That life is glam and great and all of that. It's hard work. It's pure dedication and commitment. But she don't have no damn social skills, obviously, and common ass sense. Because why did you even jump on that post, girl? You could have left that shit alone. As an Olympian, as someone who is well respected as she is, why would you come out and drag that woman because she doesn't want men competing against women? What is wrong with you? It's not okay. See, people also miss the fact that when men start whooping women's asses on the street, and it's okay because it's a fair fight, because he identifies as a woman, no matter what he look like, maybe then they'll start to understand, but they just don't get it. It's like backwards, twisted thinking. Like I said, they out there burning down LA over some illegal immigrants. What about the people who are here, who need your assistance, that live in your district? The people who voted for y'all asses. Y'all ain't thinking about them. Tearing up more shit. Burning down more shit. They just deployed the National Guard out there. They should have been deployed them. And y'all keep acting a damn fool. They're going to deploy them a few other places. But, California is trash. Can y'all not see what has happened to California alone? Just California alone in the last 2 years. Trash. Every major city, trash. Burning down LA over some people who don't belong. Here's the thing too. What is the response? You're mad and you're fighting for them, but what are you going to do? Y'all want to put them back in the system so they can have due process when they came here illegally in the first fucking place. You want our tax dollars to pay for that shit once again. We're supposed to house them until they get their day in court. When motherfuckers are going to court every day and getting their shit postponed, okay? I gotta come back every 30 days until they decide that they're gonna do something with me. They will postpone your ass at court for 18 months. Just to say dismissed, because they feel like it. Well, you gotta take off your job. But these people deserve due process immediately. They don't belong here. Send their asses home. Don't send them to prison, but put them on a plane and send them home and let's be done with it. Like, what the fuck? Y'all burning down your own country for the sake of some people who are not gonna end up being here anyway. Make it make sense. Don't fight for your own people. Don't fight for the children in your own country. Remember all the natural disasters that have been had here. They didn't do shit. They didn't care about the people. They didn't feed the people. They didn't fix the roads. They don't give a shit. Look at the school systems here. Did y'all see now? They want to take testing away and homework. I said, my God. My God. Testing and homework. These motherfuckers are already dumb. Oh, Jesus. What up, Stephanie? Mm-hmm. They say Simone's husband is not into her. I don't see how he could be. I don't blame him. I'm not mad. Maybe he could try to change. She's horrible. She a horrible bitch. What up, Nod Love? What up, boo? Yeah, no, they don't fight for us, but they fighting for fucking illegal immigrants. They getting arrested. They going to demand. They're going to. Did y'all see the black Congress lady in New Jersey that got arrested for fighting the ICE? But they're going to detention centers demanding to see the living conditions on the inside. Name the prisons that they have been to. I'll wait. What prisons have they gone to see the living conditions inside? Demanded to see. Group homes. DCF facilities, because that's an agency that need to be checked too. DCF. I'm telling you, DCF, they need to run a comb through that bitch. DCF is terrible. Like I said, they snatch people's kids unjustifiably. So the kids who should get taken away don't. They'll ruin your life if they feel like it. And they can and they will. And they're not addressing that. You're not addressing your own agencies, but y'all worried about Maria and them who have a home back in Mexico. And a lot of them, when they go home, they happy. Hello? It's crazy. They come in here for the American dream, but y'all don't fight for y'all American people. Get the fuck out of here. What up, Uncle L? All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. It's Sunday. It's time to go to work, 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 work. You see me go to work, 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 work. All the goddamn time. All right. I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. All right. Keep it gangster. Stay safe. Don't argue with Nam up out here in these streets. Okay. I don't care what they say, what they do. Just keep it pushing. Okay. Please. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. Everybody got a gun. And a big one. So ignore bitches. Just keep going. Even if you got a gun, keep it moving so you can be home at the end of the day. You know, you don't want to end up locked up on some dumb shit. Trouble is easy to get into, hard to get out. So be safe out there. All right. I have to go get some work in now. I'm taking my braids out. See you later, Jackson. I enjoyed all you guys. You are my besties. Thank you for coming through. I'll see y'all later, all right? Make sure y'all go watch Straw, okay? Tyler Perry, I'll give you it. But I know some other people had their hands in that because it didn't. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate it. But I'll have to come back after I watch the end because I don't know. Hey, Mompreneur. Mompreneur Jay. What up, boo? How you doing, babe? I'll see y'all later. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to Tasha Conway, too. What up, boo? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. And Jay Truth, where you at, boo? See you later. Bye.